So let's see one use case where Heroku AppLink can be utilized. So here in this example, I would like to utilize this Excel.js, which is a npm package, to prepare an Excel document. And in this org, if I show you, I have around 1,07,800 account records. So the job here is that this is a large amount of data. I would like to read all of these accounts and its associated contact record, and using this Excel.js prepare an Excel, because this Excel.js is an external library given by Node.js, which allows us to work with the Excel document. So using this, I would like to create an Excel document, and then that document I would like to store here on this account record. Now this solution is actually written here in this app. So here I'm utilizing this Excel.js and file service Node.js packages, and I have this application which can read all the Salesforce data, and then it can utilize this Excel.js to create a workbook, add worksheet such as account sheet, contact sheet, add coloring to the tabs, or any sort of styling that you would like to do on Excel. All of that can be done with the help of this Excel.js npm package. And this application, we will see how to build it from scratch, but let's just see this application in working right now. So I will see the logs also here, and let's just invoke it. So here you see that this create Excel, which is an API operation in Node.js, is accessible to me here in the Apex class. So let me just invoke it. So I'm going to invoke it, and it is going to process all the account records. So here we should be able to see that the server is running right now. And now it will query all the Salesforce data. And we are seeing that it is actually querying 2000 account records each. It has to query like 1,07,000 account records and the associated contact record. And then it has to create this Excel document and upload it back to the Salesforce. So I think it has done that, and it is actually uploading it back to the Salesforce org, and that's actually done. So let's just see here. Here, if we see that this is actually completed, you see that it has actually created a content document version in the Salesforce and created a content document link to link the Excel file to this account ID which I had passed here. So to this account ID, it has linked that record, and let's just see that. So here, if I refresh, I will see this Excel from Heroku node. So this Excel is created by this Node.js application. And this is the one. So here you see that it has created two tabs, accounts and contacts, and again we have used this library to create these worksheets. And then in this, it has actually processed all the account records, which is 1,07,800. And then on the contact side also, it has created the contact record. So this Excel document is actually created by a Node.js application by querying all the Salesforce data, and it can seamlessly connect with Salesforce using the Heroku AppLink add-on. And you see that it is actually able to work with lakhs of data. So here it is actually processing 1,07,000 record. So you can understand that how powerful solution we can build using Heroku AppLink. Now for the second use case, if you see that here, this name industry field is actually blank right now for all these 1,07,000 records. So I would like to simulate a performance intensive job where we have to process like lakhs of record. Again, same thing, we have to process this 1 lakh record and update these name industry field. So let's just see this use case as well. So for this also, I have a solution written here, and that is this one. So I have this solution update accounts, and what it does is, using the Salesforce SDK provided by Heroku AppLink, it can actually query all the Salesforce data, and then it can process it in the chunks of 2000 each, and using the unit of work, it will update the records in the chunk of 500 each. So what it is doing is, it is actually updating this name industry field by concatenating the name and the industry. So here you see that this application will be able to update all the 1 lakh records from here. So let's just see this also in action. And for that, let me actually run this one. So once I invoke it, and if we go here, So you will see that it is actually started processing these records in the batch of 500 records. So it is actually querying 2000 record each and then updating in the chunks of 500 record. So as of now it has processed 1000 record, and slowly it will process all the 1,07,000 records. So right now it is processing 500 record again, and total process records are 2000. So I will actually speed it up little because it is going to take a lot of time, but once it gets completed, let me show you the result. Okay, so finally it is actually done processing all the records. So the total record that it has processed is 1,07,800, and the amount of time it took was more than 15 minutes. Now from Apex point of view, we get a timeout just after 10 seconds or 60 seconds in case of asynchronous transaction. But here this business logic ran for more than 15 minutes and we did not got any governor limits because these applications can be compute heavy and can be very much scalable. So I hope with these examples, you got a rough idea that how compute heavy solutions as well as solutions which can utilize these external libraries can be built using this Heroku AppLink, and then can easily be bring to Salesforce using the Heroku AppLink add-on, and then can be executed from Apex, Flows and Agentforce Agents action. And let's also see the result of this data update. So all of these 1,07,800 records are processed by the Node.js application. So now if I run export, then we will see that the name industry field is updated and it is concatenation of name and industry. That's what the Node.js application was doing for all the records. So in this course, we are going to cover all of this from scratch: how to build these applications, how to connect it with Salesforce, how to deploy the apps to Heroku and then publish to Salesforce, how to invoke it from Flows, Apex, how to create asynchronous API operation, how to send data from Salesforce to these external applications, how to receive callbacks from these applications, how to work with different types of user modes that is supported by Heroku AppLink. So we are going to cover all of that in this course.